Hi there, my name is Amanda, and today is the first day of the Spookathon, and I'm very excited. It is currently 5:35 p.m. and I'm a little, well, I'm not late because I'm not going to be filming during the mornings during the week because I work from 8 to 5, so I'm not going to be filming and I won't have any updates for reading. So for the entire week from Monday to Friday, I almost said Thursday, it will only be after 5 p.m. that I'll be updating you just because that's how my life is. And yeah, but now I'm home from work and I am going to start reading my first book because I didn't get to read any books today at lunch. I was currently sitting on my bed. I'm going to be changing into my PJs into something a little more comfortable. But I did receive a package. I received a package from Book Outlet. It's only one book and it's open on the side. It is wrote a little at the beginning, but I'll be opening that. But in terms of reading material, I'm obviously going to be starting with In the Woods by Tana French. I didn't get to read any of this during lunch because people are talkative, so I couldn't participate in that. But I will be opening it. I'll just do it one arm, considering it's already open, and I already know what the book is. So I managed to open it, and I got The Prince and the Dressmaker, which is one of the it's the only graphic novel that I picked for this month, and I'm pretty sure I talked about it at length when I first picked it out of my box, but it is about a prince who, I don't know if he just likes to dress up in dresses or something, but he has a dressmaker who makes him all these dresses and like dress him up in like this beautiful, gorgeous lady. I'm gonna start reading In the Woods now. I'm probably gonna play some Sims a little bit before I do that because I have been dying to play since last night, so I'm gonna do that and start reading, and then I will update you once I start. I would like to get at least, I would say 100 pages in, but with the font and how big it is, I'll hope for 50, but if I can get the 100 mark, that'd be great. So yeah, I'll update you in a little bit. Hello, it is the second day of Spookathon, and I'm redoing this clip for the third time. The first time my phone just decided not to film, and the second time I was actually filming from the wrong camera. It's great having a phone, it's just great. So, I will repeat what I said for the third time, but it is the second day of the readathon, the Spookathon, and it is 6:52 p.m. at this point. And I know my last clip was like literally the first day and just being like, I'm ready to read, and then like that's it. But the week is gonna be kind of like that because, you know, I get home from work and all I want to do is relax, and I work from 8 to 5, so yeah. So, but I did do a little bit of reading yesterday of In the Woods by Tana French. I read about 30 pages, 31 pages, which is about 2 chapters or 3 if you include the prologue. I'm interested. I'm not sure if I like the writing too much, but I think I'm going to try to read it keeping in mind that it's supposed to be said with like an accent, like an Irish accent, so maybe like that will help a little bit if I imagine it that way. But I'm excited to get into the entire plot of it with the murders and whatnot, or the disappearances. So, I'm gonna try to read a little bit more today. I definitely want to like to get over 100 pages and read like past 100. I think if I can get that, I feel very accomplished for the second day. But I also have another book right here that I want to talk about, but I'm also going to show you a little haul. I received another package of books from Amazon, and I got 4 books this time. It's I wasn't expecting one of them. Well, actually, I was expecting 2 of them, but it's okay. Surprises, right? So, let's get started into the mini haul, and the first book I got is actually a pre-order, and that is Achicorn Cove by Katie O'Neill. This is my first Katie O'Neill book, and I'm very, very excited because I've been wanting to read her book, The Tea Dragon Society, for so long, and I'm like shocked I haven't bought it yet, but I pre-ordered this one, and I'm very, very happy to get it. It seems very cute. I mean, just like the inside of the book, I almost whacked myself in the face, is like little, she's so cute. This is so cute. I'm like in love with her art, and I haven't even read one of her books. So I got that, which wasn't, I don't think I was supposed to get it today, but I guess it came because they were shipping the books. I don't know, but I have it. The next book I will talk about, keeping the best for last. The next one is Special Topics in Calamity Physics by Marisha Pessel, and this is a book for a book club created by Monica and Emma. I believe their YouTube channels are Emma Reads a Lot and She Be Monica. I could be wrong. But they created a book club called Girl Power, or something to that effect, something to, like, about women and having power. That's why I don't know the title. And when they first mentioned this book for October, I really wasn't sure if I was going to pick it up because the cover really didn't sold me on anything, and even just the name, it's Special Topics in Calamity Physics, I was like, I don't even know what that would mean, so, like, doesn't seem interesting, maybe I'll skip this month. But then both of them started talking about the book and talking about how it just sounded really good, so I had to pick it up. Unfortunately, I don't remember at this point what the book is about, so it's hard to say, but this is one of my priorities for the month of October because it is a book club read. I will try to read it in between the 2 days of break between Spookathon and Witchathon, so that's my plan, but we'll see how that goes. The third book is a Spookathon read, and that is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco, and this is the one I'm more worried about out of all the books that I chose, because a lot of people go into this expecting one thing, not really coming out with what they were expecting, and just people, either you love it and hate it type of situation. So I'm a little worried, but I'm very excited to read it because I just really have been wanting to read it forever, and I love the covers because I love, like, the fact that you just see this, like, woman's face looking very beautiful but, like, half covered, so very mysterious. Anyways, before I go too long on that. And the last book is also a Spookathon read. Like I said, I kept the best for last, and that is Toil and Trouble, which is 15 Tales of Women in Witchcraft, edited by Jessica Spotswood, I think, and Tess Sharp. So this is the one I was most excited about to read, other than In the Woods. And I actually wasn't supposed to get it today, but I guess Amazon just decided to send it to me anyways, which is, like, fine, but it's because I paid extra for shipping to get it, like, before Friday, but they ended up packaging with other books that I didn't pay shipping for, so that's why I'm a little mad about it, but I'm very excited to get it now because it means I can start reading a couple of stories every day until the end, which I think is definitely doable because last time I tried to binge a storybook like this, or storybook, but like a tale book like this, I think it was 1,000 Beginnings and Endings, and didn't do too well. So I think if I read up to 2 a day, I can get it done before the end, and then, you know, if I have to binge like 4 stories over the weekend, that's like not the end of the world. So I think I want to do that for the week and be a little bit different than In the Woods. So I'm very excited. I'm really excited to have them. It seems like I'm getting a lot of books because even tomorrow I think I'm getting my book outlet, like the huge book outlet shipment. But I just happen to buy books that are coming this week. Like, it just happens to be during Spookathon. So, I had already known I would have gotten books during Spookathon. There's a lot of them I didn't expect. Like, The Prince and the Dressmaker, that was random. Like, I didn't expect Book Outlet to have it, so I ordered it. But, anyways, now I'm rambling. So, now I'm going to check my stuff on the internet for about 30 minutes. I'm giving myself a limit. And then I will pick up In the Woods, and hopefully I will have an update for today, because I really don't want it to be just like a clip per day, and then the weekend have this like huge amount of clips. I'm trying, but it's very hard because most of my day is gone and I don't read during the day because I'm at work. So, yeah, but if you'll accept me looking like this if I get home, maybe I can film a little bit earlier and that way I have more updates. I had to tie my hair back because I work in a lab, so my hair has to be tied back because that's part of the protocol, but I don't like to have it tied in videos. I just prefer to have it down. But if, like, it shouldn't be too bad, right? I mean, I don't know. So, I'm gonna see how this footage looks and then decide if it's okay or not, if I look okay. But yeah, that's my small, well, is it small? It's kind of it's a big update, I guess, for the second day. I'm gonna go read in 30 minutes, and then hopefully I'll have an update. If not, the next clip will be tomorrow, but it'll be a surprise. A couple of seconds for you, but it'll be a surprise for me until I pick up this phone. So, I will see you in my next update. Hello there! Today is the 4th day of Spookathon, and I did not film yesterday, and here's my little explanation. So I've been really busy at work lately. We're doing this whole big project which we started yesterday, and I have to do that on top of everything else. So when I get home now, I get really tired, especially this week and last week. So yesterday I was so tired, I had no energy to do anything. I literally barely read too. I only watched YouTube videos and like read a little bit. But today is a better day. I'm still dead tired, but I have more energy than I did yesterday, so I'm going to be filming today, obviously. So I'm going to show you or tell you what I read so far. So let me get that. Obviously, I'm reading more of Tana French in the Woods, so I'm about page 104? 104. I read a chapter on my way here in the bus. My bus is not long, so that's why I usually don't read in the bus. But I'm about chapter 7, I think it was. Yeah, chapter 7. So I'm about 100 pages in, which is not a lot, but I'm getting through it. I think I can read in a week. It's just gonna be like a while for me to get through. But I hope to get to page 150. I would like if I read more. That is like definitely like awesome. And of course, I started reading Toil and Trouble. I read 2 more stories yesterday. I read 1 story on Monday. No, not Monday. Tuesday. I read 2 stories yesterday. But I want to change it where I read 3 stories a day. If I want to read more, I read more. But I'm really enjoying the stories so far, especially the last one I just read. It's probably my favorite. The one by Tess Sharp. I think that's her name. It's The Heart in Her Hands, I think is by Tess Sharp. That one was like my favorite story out of the 3 that I read so far. So I'm very excited to read more. And I think I'm going to start reading Stalking Jack the Ripper. Maybe just read like a couple of chapters. But I think I wanted to only start it if I finished my 3 stories of Toil and Trouble. I think that's like a little, I don't know. If I read the 3, I can start a new book and like move on, which will push me to read as well. So I would like to get, well, 3 stories. I don't know how many pages that is because it depends on the stories. But I'm currently on page 93? 93. So I'm still like a good 90 pages, 100 pages in, which is really good. So that's my little update. I know, like I said yesterday, I didn't read much. I basically just read 2 chapters of Toil and Trouble and 2 chapters of In the Woods, which is not a lot. I could have read a lot more, but like I said, I was really tired. So today I'm gonna read a lot. It's already after, well, it's actually 5:44, 5:45, whatever. And the sun is setting, so it's gonna be dark soon. But I am getting an order from Book Outlet. It was actually delivered yesterday, but I wasn't home. Obviously, I was at work. And so my mother and stepfather are going to pick it up for me today. How nice of them. And I probably will film me opening that box because obviously I have books. I have definitely 1 book for next week's readathon, the Witchathon. So that'll be a sneak peek into what I will put on my TBR for that. But yeah, that's it. I'm in my PJs. I'm super comfortable. I'm tired and hungry, but I'm in a good mood. So hopefully I'll update a little better than yesterday and the last 2 other, well, the last 3 days basically. But yeah, we're basically halfway through the readathon and I'm nowhere near completing this challenge or the challenges. But I think I'm going to switch out the last 2 challenges for manga graphic novels. Like I think that's the way I can do it to complete the actual readathon, but I'll see. I still would like to read Anna Dressed in Blood or Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, but we shall see. So I definitely want to read more of In the Woods. It's finally getting interesting. Well, it was always interesting, except the first chapter, if you don't count the prologue. The first chapter is like, goes into detail about the character and just kind of like how he became to be a detective and his like partner and how they came to meet. So it's this big thing, and then chapter 2 is basically them going on to a murder case that just so happens to be in the same location as, well, I think it's the same village as like where the main, like the detective guy, the one as a kid who got found in the forest where 2 of his friends disappeared. It just happens to be in the same place. So I'm really liking this so far. I'm really into it. Like chapter 7, we're just getting into details. It's a little girl that died, so I really like thrillers with kids involved. Like I love watching like murder shows with kids. I don't know, it just seems more traumatic and more, I feel like, I don't know, it gives me that feeling, I guess, when normal other people watch like cop shows and stuff like that. I'm like whatever, but like when it involves kids, I'm just like, I need to watch it. I need to know about the case and stuff like that. I guess it's because it's like innocent, you know? So I'm really enjoying this so far. And I'll talk a little bit about Toil and Trouble. I see people grading the individual stories in the actual book, and I'm not sure if I want to do that because there's like 15 of them. And I didn't do that with 1,000 Beginnings and Endings, so like why would I give this one special treatment? But I guess since I remember most of the stories now, I can talk about them a bit. The first story was like the least favorite out of the 3 that I've watched so far. Only because I felt like it was just a regular contemporary story, just with like added witchy stuff, which I get, but it's not my style. Like, I just, like, if you take out the witch stuff, it's just basically like a contemporary story, or like a romance story, but with like some family problems and stuff like that. And so I don't know, it wasn't my favorite. I've seen a lot of people give it like 4 stars or something, like that specific short story, but for me, it's not for me. It's definitely not for me. The second one was better, but I'm still confused by it, because it leaves it very open. Kind of, I guess maybe like they tried to make it so that the reader decides what they want to decide. I don't know if that was the goal, but it definitely left me very confused. I still have a lot of questions that obviously will never be answered. So that's why I can't give like a big rating. But the third one, the one by Tess Sharp, I mentioned it. I really, really like that one. That is like what I was expecting as a kind of story from this. And all of them have been about like girl on girl love, except for the second one. I think it's supposed to be, but like also not sure, because they don't really go into specifics. I'm not sure about that, but the first and third story is definitely that. I mean, literally, it's that. And I love the way the third story like incorporated, that's what I wanted from the first one. Basically, they incorporated the romance into the plot. It just like like obviously it was not super detailed, the first one, but the third one was just so good. It like took romance, but it wasn't just about the romance. It was so much more. It was more about the witchy aspects, and I really like that. I think that's why I really enjoyed it a lot more than the first one, if you compare it to like witchy and contemporary feels. But I'm not a big contemporary fan, so maybe that's why. But anyways, yeah, that's my little explanation. The sun is literally setting. It's like with bright yellow orange when I started, and now it's like blue because it's my life. So yeah, I'm gonna start reading, and I will update you either when I have more to update in terms of what I read, or when I get my book outlet purchase, which will be a lot. I think it's like 15 books or something. So yeah, I will see you in a little bit, I promise. Hello, so it's currently 10, almost 11 p.m. on the 4th day of the readathon, and I'm finally doing an update that isn't after work, but I'm about to head to bed, and I look like a mess, but I did a little bit of reading. I am really just tired, and I ended up watching first episode of The Rookie, new show with my parents, and I didn't get the book outlet package, so I can't film that if I wanted to. I'll get it tomorrow though, so that'll be there. But I did read a couple of pages of my books. I basically just read a chapter each. So in the Woods, I read up to page 119, 121, and I'm really into it. I wish I could read more actually, but I'm really tired. And Toil and Trouble, I'm at page 119, so I only read the 4th story, which was okay. I don't know, I liked it, but I also didn't like the way it was planned out, I guess. It's hard to say right now. So yeah, I only read 2 chapters, which is basically like 20 pages. So yeah, I'm really tired. I really have nothing new to say. I apologize, but at least there's some sort of an update on that. And tomorrow is the last day of work, so when I finish tomorrow, I will read and just be calm, and hopefully I'll feel better in terms of tiredness, and I can actually read and then not do nothing. And then over the weekend I'm definitely gonna do a lot of reading, because I'll have actual full days of doing it. I think I can do it because I was able to finish a big book like The Girl and the Dragon Tattoo in about a day, and I had less pages. I had more pages than what I have now, so if I can get like a good chunk tomorrow done, I can definitely finish In the Woods. And Toil and Trouble, if I read, especially starting Saturday and Sunday, if I read a story like every hour, I definitely think I can finish it. I mean, obviously I could. So that's my goal. I haven't started stalking Jack the Ripper, but it's also very short compared to the other two, so I think I can get it done definitely in a day. If I start it Saturday, I can finish it Sunday if I read half of it, so I might even start it tomorrow. But then I think I'm just gonna choose 2 manga for the last 2 challenges. I don't know what I'm gonna do for challenge 4, which is to read a book with a spooky word in the title. Don't really have any spooky words, but I'll have to look, because I definitely can't read any more novels. Maybe I can find a graphic novel or something, but yeah, I'll have to look through that, so I'll be able to show you that once I find it. So my TBR is a little different than what I said, but that's absolutely my fault. So but yeah, that's my last update for tonight. Tomorrow is the 5th day of Readathon, and I'm very, very excited to continue reading. I'm so tired. I'm rambling, so I'm gonna head to bed now, and I will update tomorrow, not morning, tomorrow after work, and do a lot more reading than today, hopefully. Alright, see you tomorrow. Hello there, it is the 5th day of the Spookathon, Readathon, and I am dead. It's finally Friday, which means tomorrow I have Saturday and Sunday off, and it's the weekend, and it's great. But I'm dead tired. I don't even know if I could read tonight. That's how tired I am. I almost said I think I am, but I am tired. I think I'm gonna read a little bit more of In the Woods by Tana French, maybe read one story of Toil and Trouble, but basically I'm updating this part of the video just to say I didn't read crap today. That's it. I did have my package from Book Outlet. It's all opened here, so I thought maybe I can do a little mini haul of me showing you what I bought without going into details, because I'll do that in my haul video, which will be my first, well, it'll be the first haul that I make after a couple months. I did buy stuff between then, but I didn't buy anything in September and barely anything in July and August, so I ordered about 15 books, and I got it during the fall sale, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna keep switching hands too in between, because having to hold this camera up is quite tiring for me, but I'm gonna go into my book haul. I prefer this hand. So the first one I have here is a manga. Actually, it's supposed to be another manga. Let me just pull that up. So the first one I got is Sorry for My Familiar, Volume 1. This is a supernatural manga, so of course I had to pick it up, but it's on the fact that people have familiars, which if you don't know what they are, people have like pets, but like demon pets, I guess. And it's this little girl who has a big dude as her familiar, so that's pretty cool. I want to put you down, I want to put this down somewhere, but I don't know what can hold my phone up, so gonna have to live with that. So if it's shit quality, that's why. The next manga I picked up is Ghost Diary, which again is a supernatural manga, so I had to pick it up because I'm trash, and it's volume 1 because I keep starting new series and having no idea as to why I don't continue my other ones. So the next one I picked up is New Game, which I think is based off of the anime, and I really liked the first couple episodes that I watched, so I had to pick it up, and that's pretty much it. It's about video games, developing video games, so the cute girls. The first one I have here is Queen of Hearts by Colleen Oakes. It has a Target thing on it, which we actually don't have Target here in Quebec. It was here, then I think all Targets left Canada, so clearly this was from the States, but I got it for very cheap. Couldn't care less where it came from. And I have no idea what it's about, but I know obviously it's a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, so that's everything I love. The next one I got is The Queen of the Tierling by Erica Johnson. Once again, don't know what it's about, but I've heard it. It's on my Goodreads wish list, TBR, which is basically any book I have in my TBR box. So next I can go with is Once Upon a Time, Red's Untold Tale, which is, this was like one of the books I wanted so bad when I saw it come out. It has beautiful black edges of black edges, black pages, and it's like really tiny, and it's hardcover, and you have red on the cover. I can't wait to read this. I'm in love with Once Upon a Time, and I think season 8 was a tragic decision, what happened, and I'm trying to forget about it. So, next one I picked up is The Grim Legacy by Polly Shulman, author of Enthusiasm. I have no idea what it is, but I believe from what it says here, what if fairy tale magic really existed? I'm assuming the book's about something like that, so no idea if it's good. I'm pretty sure it is because I wouldn't have picked it up if it wasn't, but again, it's a supernatural book, so. The next one I picked up is The Shape of Water by Guillermo del Toro and Daniel Krause, whatever. This is based, oh no, it was written at the same time as the movie, I think, was made. So I enjoyed the movie, I have it, and I wanted to pick up the book and just see like the difference between the book and the movie, and if there's like stuff I missed from the movie. So there's that. Next, I picked up Illuminae, the first one in the Illuminae files, and I thought this was going to be hardcover, but I got paperback, which is fine. But I think I would have preferred it in hardcover, so, because it's pretty big, but I like it. Alright, next one is one that I picked up, well, I chose in my last month's TBR, and I never ended up buying it, thank God, but I really wanted to read it, so when I saw it on Book Outlet, it was like, I think the reason why I made an order, this and another book which I'll show, which is The Librarian of Auschwitz by Antonio Iturbe, which is a translated work, and it's, I believe, a girl who has to protect books during Auschwitz, which I love reading books about World War II, so, like, just, like, right up my alley in terms of books and things I enjoy. I said books, but I meant just a theme, a genre, I guess. The next one I picked up is, once again, the reason why I made my Book Outlet order, and that is because I picked up Daughter of the Siren Queen by Trisha Levenseller. I believe I got the first one through Book Outlet as well, so I definitely wanted to do that, especially because I saw it month ago and I missed it, and this is going to be in my Witchathon TBR. Okay, the next and final novel I picked up is To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo, and this is a retelling of The Little Mermaid. I'm trash for The Little Mermaid, so I have to get it. I don't know if it's good or not, but I want to read it. I want to read anything that's a retelling of The Little Mermaid. Wait, is it a retelling of The Little Mermaid? Okay, I'm not sure, or it just might be a book with mermaids. So, either way, I'm a fan of mermaids. So. And the last three are graphic novels, very different. So I'll pick the first one here. The first one I picked up is Gotham Academy by a bunch of people. And this interests me. One, I'm not a DC fan. I'm a Marvel fan. Like, I'm big into Marvel, like hardcore into Marvel. But I saw this, and I like the concept of superheroes in school. And I'm not, like, super not interested in DC, I just don't like the superheroes as much. But I thought this would be a good start to maybe getting introduced to that world. Although I prefer Marvel, I don't think that will ever change. I love my X-Men, I love my Avengers, I love my Marvel people. Next is The Secret Loves of Geek Girls, edited by Hope Nicholson, forward by Kelly Sue. I'm not gonna say. It's by a bunch of people. And this is a bunch of short stories. It's an anthology book, I'm assuming, of girl love with who are geeks, I think. There's another one similar to this that I really wanted to pick up. And okay, I say graphic novel, but some of them are not even comics or graphic stuff. It's like actual pages. So that'll be interesting to read. I might put this... What? I really hope I get to read this soon, because it seems really interesting from the format. And the last one I picked up is a little bit on... Okay, there's kind of like a backstory, so I picked this up. Basically, I'm a huge fan of retellings, and I love fairy tales. Like, Once Upon a Time is one of my favorite shows. And I saw this on Book Outlet. It wasn't the first novel, or I think it was the first novel, the first volume. I believe this actually was the first one I saw. and it's called Fairest, and this is I believe it's a bunch of fairy tales. And I am just super interested into that. I don't know actually what it's about. But it says from the pages of Fables. And this is volume 1. So I'm assuming maybe Fables is an entire, like, kind of like how Marvel is like one big thing. Maybe Fables is. And this one is just Fairest. I'm assuming it's for girls only, but I've seen a bunch of them. I've seen Snow White. I've seen a ton of others I can't think right now because I'm tired. But as you can see, you got like beautiful art. That's actually really creepy. Maybe I'll change it to not that, but like what is going on? And I'm just like, I just what? I need to know. Like, I need to know what's going on. So, yeah, that was my book outlet order, which I don't know why I showed you this now, because basically my haul will consist of what I just showed. I guess I didn't read, so I have no update, but I showed you a little haul, and I may look like disgusting right now with my hair, but I don't care. Actually, I do care, but nothing I can do about it right now. But yeah, that's all I have for now, for today. Tomorrow will definitely be better because I will be well rested. I will spend the entire day literally reading because I have to literally read 5 books in 2 days now, and I'm nowhere near completing like any of the books that I'm reading now. Like, just to show you, in the woods I've really only gone like a quarter of the way through. Like, I'm 1/3 of the way through. Same thing with Toil and Trouble, although that's easier to read. But like, oh boy, I have to read like at least one more novel. And although I do have one manga that can go for the 5th challenge, which I'm definitely switching out, I don't know what to pick for my the 4th challenge, the one with the spooky word in the title, because I don't technically know if I have any books that have like spooky words. Blue Exorcist might be one, because, you know, exorcist, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to look through that tomorrow. I know I said I would do it today. I might still do that today, but I think I'll end this here because I'm rambling and I'm tired, which is not good for filming, because God knows what I'm saying or what I'm gonna see when I edit this, especially with the wobbliness of my hand. So I'm gonna end it here. 5th day was really crap in terms of reading. If I do any reading, I'll update tomorrow, but tomorrow and Sunday will definitely be like the biggest days that I film, or at least I hope I'm gonna film. I'm gonna force myself to do it because I'm still getting used to filming, basically, vlogging. But I really just need to get my acting gear. I've just been really tired this week. Big projects at work. Big lab projects. So, yeah, so I will leave you there, and I will see you tomorrow with more energy and hopefully more reading updates. Talk about the books, maybe more content than just I've read this, bye, here's the book I bought, bye. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Hello there, it is the 6th day of the readathon, and I didn't film and didn't read all day. I don't know what's up. I just am not in the mood, I guess, to read. And it's 10:41 p.m. It's the first time I picked up the camera today. Yeah, pretty disappointed, but I did read one story so far. I read one more Toil and Trouble story, and pretty far into it, I guess. Still a lot left, and I haven't read any of the chapters in the woods, and it's 10. I am pretty upset that I didn't read, and I don't think I'll be able to complete the Spookathon because I have 5 books to read, 2 of which are manga, which I can definitely get finished. But then I would have to read 3 novels, which I know is not possible. And I'm upset with myself. I know I should be, but I really wanted to complete this readathon, and I didn't. So I'm pretty low in energy today, though. I forgot to take some pills that I take. I think that kind of affected my mood, but yeah. I won't be updating anywhere today. Maybe tomorrow if I remember to take my pills, maybe I'll feel better. But yeah, if I do update, it'll be a pure chance, because I definitely think I won't be. But yeah, I will see how I feel tomorrow. I feel really upset again that I'm only picking up the camera today, and I've only read one story, and I've done everything else. I did watch a movie though, so like kind of okay with that, because I need to catch up on movies. I watched Napoli Ever After on Netflix, which is really good. It was so good. I really liked it. I like the message behind it. I feel like everyone should watch it. So yeah, so I'm okay. I'm proud of that I watched a movie today. But no reading during a readathon is freaking perfect. But yeah, I just wanted to update a little bit. I look like absolute trash, but you know, it's weekend. Sorry about the quick random, well not random, the update that I should have done this morning, but I will try tomorrow, when I wake up, if I'm in the mood, and try to read. I really would like to finish at least the books that I'm currently reading, like Toil and Trouble and In the Woods. I will leave right now and update tomorrow when I feel better, or if I do more reading, but there's not much to say now, so sorry. See you on the last day of the readathon. Hello, it is the last day of the readathon, and as you can tell, I have energy today. I feel great. Well, I feel okay, but I'm in the mood to read, which is ultimately the goal. Unfortunately, it's currently like 3:30 p.m., so I'm a little bit late starting my day, but that's because I had other things to do in the morning. But before I get into anything else, I did read a little bit more of In the Woods last night. I was really tired, wasn't feeling it, but when I headed to bed, I felt like reading one more chapter, which was very long, and it brought me to page 200, so I'm a little bit less than 50%, like I think I'm at 48% of the book, which is like super. And I'm gonna read this entire baby today. And I also read one more story of Toil and Trouble, which I don't think I'll get done today, but because I would like to concentrate on In the Woods. But I'm gonna try and read like every story, like one more story every time I finish a chapter or two of In the Woods, something like that. And of course, I have decided to pick up 2 mangas for the last 2 challenges. So for challenge number 4 with a creepy word in the title, that was really hard to think about, I decided to go with Blue Exorcist because I think I mentioned it in the video, maybe I was talking to myself, but you know, exorcist would be the word, obviously, and that is, you think of the word exorcist, you think of demons, you think of possession, you think of exorcisms and how terrifying they are, so Exorcist really is that. I mean, literally the book is that. I also wanted to be creepy because I have others like, I think one is called like My Monster, there's other like The Demon Prince of something, but they're all like romance books. I didn't really want to read that for this spooky thing, so I got Blue Exorcist, which is action-packed, so it's like not creepy, but I love this series, so reading it again is definitely going to be awesome. And for the last challenge, which is to read a book with illustrated pictures, well, an illustrated book basically means the same thing, I'm going to pick up The Girl from the Other Side, which is the book I picked up for my monthly TBR, and this one is really, really creepy. I thought it was going to be like a sweet little story between a little girl and the creature on the cover, but like even the art is terrifying. Like, not terrifying, but it's just like, it's got this creepy factor in it. So I think I'm going to enjoy it a lot, and I'm going to pick that up. I definitely want to finish this one first. So I think the way I'm going to read it is going to try to finish In the Woods. Then I'm going to start The Girl from the Other Side, while also reading a little bit of Toil and Trouble in the middle, and then once I'm finished In the Woods and The Girl from the Other Side, I will start Blue Exorcist, and then whatever I have of Toil and Trouble left over, I will finish it. I don't think I'll be able to do all 5 challenges, but if I can get 4 of them done, I'd be very proud of myself. I would have failed basically the main challenge, but I can at least do with 4 out of 5, you know. So I'm gonna pick this up, but before I start reading, most important thing I have to do, which you probably maybe noticed in my background if you're, you know, you're watching the videos. My room is a mess, which just so happens to be like just this side that you're seeing. Like that side is like, it's less messy, but I can't do anything about it. this part I can. I have all my clothes on my bed, and I have some, like, random bags down there. I just have to go through and put stuff away. So I'm going to do that before I start reading, and then once that's done, I will read. And I think I'm going to update either every hour or so, you know, to have some content in this video, or once I'm done, like, halfway through in the woods. Okay, let's not lose where we are. Let's not lose where we are. So I'm going to do that, or per hour. I'm not sure. We will see. But I hope In the Woods picks up. Like, we're almost done the book, but we're like, and not anywhere near figuring out what's going on, which frustrates me, but we still got like 200 pages, which, like, a lot can happen in 200 pages. So I'm praying. And Toil and Trouble, let's see, what can I say about Toil and Trouble? It's kind of like when I read 1,000 Beginnings and Endings. Some stories are great, some stories are not. Like, the last one I just read, what was the title of it? The Moon Apple Menagerie. That one was very weird, but not weird, it was just complicated. I couldn't understand what was going on half the time, and I got, like, a gist of maybe what the story was about, what it was trying to do, but I don't know if it was the words, I don't know if it's the way it was written, like, plot-wise, and how it was, like, intertwined. It was weird, so I don't know how I feel about it. It wasn't necessarily bad, but I left the story feeling like, what? What was the point of that? I don't even know what the end message was, which was, like, the plot of the actual story. So anyways, that one was weird. I still really love the third one by Tess Sharp. I don't remember the title of it, but that one was still my favorite story. It's definitely, like, if it was, like, another, like, 100 pages or so, I think I would have loved it even more, because it would have delved into it. But yeah, so that's my little random update before I clean. And then I will update more later. I swear I will, because I'm in the mood, and it's the last day before tomorrow, and then Witchathon is on Wednesday, which I need to film my Witchathon TBR, but that will happen soon. So, last day, let's get through it. Gotta read 4 books, 2 novels, 2 mangas. Let's hope it can happen in, like, less than 12 hours. Oh, definitely less than 12 hours. I think I have, like, 9 hours, or 8 even. And I'm definitely not going to be reading until 12. I want to get to bed before 10. So, like, 7 hours to read 4 books. Woo! I can do this. I can do this. Let's try. Let's try and do this. So I will get you back. I will come back after a bit of reading and cleaning done. See you in a bit. Okay, so it's 6 p.m. I did some reading. I really want to talk about the story that I just read from Toil and Trouble, but I'll update on the other books right now. For In the Woods, this one, I'm page 226, so I'm getting through it. I'd say I only have like half left, which is pretty good. I think I can finish it. I also finished, getting my books, I also finished The Girl from the Other Side, Volume 1. This was so good. I am so invested in the story. I need to pick up Volume 2, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I'll talk about it in a little bit, but the thing I want to talk about right now is Toil and Trouble. So, I just read The Legend of Stone Mary, which is one of the short stories, duh. And while reading it, I had a feeling that I had heard this story before about Mary. Obviously, if you are not at that story and you haven't read, I would maybe ignore this part. I won't go into spoilery details, obviously, but, like, in case you don't want anything about the story, maybe keep off, you know, click away or something. But while reading it, I realized that the backstory to Mary seemed very familiar. I watch a lot of, like, supernatural shows or, like, you know, myths and stuff, and they talk about the story, how it came to be. And it reminded me of a story that I had watched on one of the episodes, and I don't remember exactly, like, the name of the person or, like, anything like that, or even which show it was. I think it was paranormal, I don't know, but it was about, like, deaths and, like, whatnot. Anyways, and one of them was about a woman who, much like Mary in the story, she lived in the woods, in a house in the woods, and she would sell herbs and flowers and stuff to the village, and the people around the village thought she was, you know, a witch, but they didn't think much of it because she wasn't a harm to anyone and anything. But she, survived stuff. There was like some stuff like that. And then one day, I believe it was a winter night, obviously, and I don't remember what brought them to suddenly go to this lady in the woods, but they went to the woods to confront her and burned her house down, and then she escaped. She managed to get out, but since it was winter, she died in the woods during the winter, and she died while, I believe in the book they talk about her hands being up in the air, but I believe the way she died was similar or something to that effect, but she died frozen in position, seemingly detecting that like she's cursing the town or whatever, and the way she was found was very similar, and I just like got really excited because it's very rare for something like that random to be mentioned. But I think whoever wrote that story may have heard of that tale and made their own story about it, which is really cool. Like, I really like that story because the town where it happened, they still have the stone that she died on, or was frozen on, and it said that if you touch the stone, you're cursed and you die, or something like that. And this is very similar. I mean, obviously not similar in the sense of like the plot of the story, it's nowhere near the same, but that's so fascinating. I just needed to talk about it because it's very rare for me to read a story inspired by one of the things that I watched, because it's so freaking ominous and like no one else knows what I'm talking about when I talk about them. And so, just to be clear, what's the author's name? So the story I'm talking about is The Legend of Stone Mary by Robin Taylor. I think that's how you say it. I'm actually going to see if there's like any Q&As for her short story, and I want to really know. I want to know where she got the inspiration from. Is it random? Did she happen to know about this story? I don't know. And I'm like I don't know. I love when things happen like that, even if it's like I get excited like this where I watch one show, hear about a story, then I'll watch another show and they talk about the same story. Like, some people might be like, oh, I already know it, but for me, I'm like, oh, I know this. I want to see like if I can find out more information about it. It just happens to be about murder, so it's not too fun, but this one is a little bit less, like, it's not completely the same, just the background of Mary in the story is like pretty much identical to that, except for like, I think in this story she has a daughter, and in reality she doesn't. Like, she has no family or anything, she's like a lonely woman and like way old. Well, I think this one she's supposed to be young and she has a daughter and, whatever. So, highly recommend reading that one just because I liked it. So it's probably like the second story I really liked. I like how it was really concentrated on that. I mean, it was a little weak in terms of plot because, like, obviously it's rushed. It was only like 20 pages or something, so there's so much you can write. But I liked it. So, there's that. I'm on to the 7th or 8th story, the One Who Stayed by Nova something. That's my small little update, my small little spiel about that story. And yeah, I finished one book so far, which is good, but I have 3 more to knock down in like 4 hours before I go to bed. So let's get the energy going and let's start reading. So I'll see you in a little bit. Bye! Hello and welcome to the update after Spookathon. I almost forgot which Witchathon it was. So, it's actually Tuesday, so it's been like 2 days since the end of Spookathon, and I didn't complete the challenge. So, but let's talk about it. So, in total, I read about 2 books, a novel and a manga, and I got to half of another novel, this one. So, let's talk about this one because it's right here and it's the one I read half of. So, I read about 50% of Toil and Trouble. I got to The One Who Stayed by Nova Ren Suma. If you want to know exactly where I'm at, that's the story. I don't know which number it is, but that's the one. And I am enjoying this, or I was enjoying it. From what I read, there are more stories. Well, there's more specific stories that I like more than others. I really like Tess Sharp's story so much that I actually like want to read all of her other books. Not all of them, because like 2 of them are about like drugs and stuff and gangs, which I'm not a fan of. But she wrote The Evolution of Claire, which is a Jurassic Park book, and yes, I'm gonna freaking read that. So I'm finding out new authors. I'm gonna check out others that interest me as well. I believe the last one I just read, The Legend of Stone Mary, I really like that one too. I think the last clip of me talking about this book is me like literally ranting about how this story is potentially inspired by like an actual real story about stone woman, witch woman, whatever. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoying it, and I'm still going to enjoy it. I just don't think I'm going to be able to finish it for October. Maybe I will, I don't know. But that's as far as I got into that one. Going on into the manga that I finished. So this was to complete, I believe it was, yes, this was to complete a book with illustrations. This was the purple on the cover. Duh. And I really like this one. I give it 5 out of 5 stars, and it is so cute but creepy at the same time, and I already want to pick up the second one to find out like what's happening. I'm so into it, and I thought it was going to be a little bit creepier. Like, okay, my initial thought was going to be, it's a cute story between this like creepy guy and this little girl, and it's going to be great. Then my second thought of like, what if it's not that? And then I thought like, what if it's just like about a creepy dude and this little girl, but like she's actually really creepy, because that can happen in a lot of mangas. And it kind of took the first option, which was like, it's very cute. They have like cute little like almost father-daughter relationship, but it's very creepy in the sense of like, you want to discover more about this world. Basically, if you want, I should probably explain the book. But basically we have, I believe her name is Shiva, this little girl, Shiva, and this is, I don't think he has a name yet, or at least we don't know his name, but she calls him teacher, and basically they live on what they call the outside, and he is an outsider. But if she touches him, she can also turn into an outsider, which is one of these. And there's this whole mystery about it, how like Shiva wants to see her aunt, but then there's like dead bodies that show up, and then you find out about these knights that come from the inside, and then it ends on a cliffhanger, which is like pretty like, I need to know what happens to my dear little Shiva. So I'm really into it, really loving the characters, and it's very atmospheric as well. Like, you just get sunk in, especially the forest that these two live in. So that's that. And of course, I finished In the Woods by Tana French, which is the only novel that I finished. But it is like it's like it's 423 pages, 429 pages, and it's like small writing, so like, don't blame me, but also blame me, you know? So what did I think about this book? It's very hard. I still haven't given it a rating yet, because I don't really know what to rate it. Right now on Goodreads, I have it at 4 out of 5 stars. But I'm thinking of bringing it down to a 3.5. Not because it was bad, but like, I guess I was expecting to have a solid ending, and we don't. Like, there's 2 mysteries. One of them you get like a pretty good ending, I will say. Like, I quite liked it, but then you get like a second, and like you don't get an ending to the second thing. That was really complicated for me. Although the first like satisfying ending, well, the first ending, I guess, of like one of the stories, like I was kind of like figuring it out almost, just because like the character that is like the villain, I guess, the person who did the thing, I don't want to specify which one, the person who did the thing is just like, I was able to read like what made them, you know, the person, the murderer, I guess, and I was able to figure it out pretty quickly, but also like I was still doubting myself. I was getting confused too, as if I was thinking right, because I was wondering like, are they just being written like this to make a twist? But like I wasn't too shocked, especially like near the end. I was like, yeah, okay, it's obviously this person, like figure it out so that we can finally get to the bottom of this, because oh my god, I wanted this person to like die in a hole, like that, let's just say that. But then like the other ending like wasn't really satisfying, and I don't know if you ever will, because this is a series, but the second one in the Dublin Murder series follows Casey, which I love. Like, I'm gonna pick up, that's the problem, I'm gonna pick up the second one. I didn't hate it at all. I definitely want to pick up more. I just think like it could have been more, you know what I mean? Like, this is her debut novel, so like duh, like, this is fantastic for someone's debut novel. I will not take that away. But, like, it could have been so much more, but I still really loved it. But, like, I'm torn because I really don't, okay, I have a problem with the main character. Not that he was bad, but, like, near the end, if you've read the book, you know what I mean? Like, he's just like, you're just like, oh my god, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you doing these decisions? And I love Cassie, however you want to say it, and the second one follows her. You actually don't even follow the main character, Ryan, whatever his name is, Rob. His name is Rob Ryan. You follow Casey in another murder, so I don't know if he will ever come back. I don't know if we'll ever find a solid answer to the second mystery in here. I don't know, but I still want to read it. Especially if, like, Casey or Cassie is going to be the main character in the second one, like, I want to read more about my girl. She was so, I loved her. So that's why it's hard to give a rating to this, because I really liked it. And I love the characters, and I love how it went. But, like, there were some parts that dragged on or had, like, too much descriptive, and I was like, I don't care. But, like, I didn't deduct marks for that. But also, like, I feel a little unsatisfied by this. I remember finishing and being like, I can't go to sleep after this. Like, there has to be more. But I don't think there is more. So, at least to, like, the second thing. So, yeah, I don't really know what to give it. I might give it, like, a strong 3.75, which is still pretty good. Just because, like, I did have, like, some problems, which weren't really problems, but maybe you get what I'm trying to say. But I'm definitely going to be picking up the second book because I need more of Cassie. And then maybe once I read the second one, maybe I'll make a decision on, like, if I continue the series at all. But, like, I still enjoyed it a lot. I'm very picky. So, yeah. So, that's all I read. I didn't read Blue Exorcist. I didn't read Stalking Jack the Ripper. I didn't read Anna Dressed in Blood, which would have been one of my other options instead of Blue Exorcist. I didn't read a lot, but I'm, like, pretty okay with the fact that, like, I read, like, a pretty big book. I read a manga, and I got halfway through one. I was, like, I think I knew from, like, Friday that I wouldn't been able to do it, and I kept saying, like, I could do it, but, like, every time I said that, I just never read, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it. So I don't know why I kept, like, lying to myself almost, but that is the end of a reading vlog for Spookathon. Witchathon is coming up tomorrow, so I'm pumped to do that, and I will definitely try 100% to read all my books, which are right here, because I'm going to be doing my TBR right now, so I can post it tonight. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog. It's gonna be maybe the first reading vlog up on my channel, because I still haven't edited the 7 and 7. I still haven't edited Booktubeathon. Like, I'm just a mess, and, like, I might never upload them, but, like, I'll see. I'll keep editing them as I go, but I try to get this one up as soon as possible. But yeah, that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you want more reading vlogs, let me know. If you read any of the books that I read, let me know. Also, if you read In the Woods, like, that was upside down, but if you read In the Woods, let me know what you thought of it. Like, I know most people either didn't like it or really loved it, but, like, I'm in the middle. Like, I liked it, but I can see why some people didn't, or, like, the ending and whatnot. So let me know that, and yeah, I hope you had a great Spookathon read as well. Hopefully I will see you in my next video, but until then, have a good rest of October. Maybe have a good Witchathon, as it's starting tomorrow, and if not, I will potentially see you in my next video. Bye!